this moment like the dead of the night. I'm falling, that's where we go.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. We're just gonna go ahead and resort to audio, but it's okay. We're still gonna hype things up with something new that you've never seen from the Sports Bronies panel.
You're a Panthers fan, bro.
He's from Miami, so.
Yeah, I'm from South Florida, so.
You took down my Rangers, man. How you gonna forget that?
So you only have to blame yourselves for that.
Yeah.
Oh well, but hey, here's a little. Let's just start the pre-show.
Hey, do you want to feel so energetic? Try Powerthirst energy drinks for people who need gratuitous amounts of energy. With all new flavors like chocolate energy. It's like adding chocolate to an electrical store. Sound the alarm. You're gonna be uncomfortably energetic. What's that? You want strawberry? Well, how about strawberry? Real-acting sports. You'll be good at them. It's an energy drink for men. Energy. These aren't your dad's buns. These are energy buns. Turbo buns. Science, energy, electrolytes, turbolites, powerlights, more lights than nobody has room for. You'll be so fast, Mother Nature will be like, slow down. And you'll be like, fuck, you would kick her in the face with your energy legs. You have so much energy. Just running all the time. Power running, power lifting, power sleeping, power dating, power eating, power laughing, power stopping babies. You have so many babies. 400 babies. You chocolate to your babies, nothing good at sports. And your babies run abnormally fast. They'll run as fast as Kenyans. People will watch them running and think they're Kenyans. They'll race as fast as Kenyans. These actual Kenyans. They'll be Italian like it's a quarterback to Kenya. Hey, go with the sure thing. Don't gamble on your energy. Snake eyes. Try Powerthirst, the energy drink that will make you
Well, I say we have so much energy right now.
Energy!
Are you guys ready for Sports Bronies?
Yeah!
Well then, I just have one question to ask. Are you ready? I said, oh!
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE John Cena? Okay.
You're ruining a moment,
Let him
dude.
talk.
Are you ready? And without further ado, with the dozen of people in attendance and the few hundreds watching on YouTube, it is time. First up, your first panelist of the event. He is in the home of the big steed that is Dallas, Texas. He is 1/3 of your reigning, defending football champions of HarmonyCon. He is Goken. And your next panelist. He is the most glamorous auto racing man this fandom has ever seen. Some even say he is the OG of all Starlight Glimmer fans. Hailing from the Sin City, that is Las Vegas, Nevada. He is Taylor B. Nathanael. And finally, when it comes to this panelist, all I have to say is that if you ever attend a con, you better be on your best behavior, because if not, you're gonna get a fistful of red! Hailing from the city of brotherly love, that is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he is Red Con! And finally, when it comes to sports and ponies, this guy He does it all. So much so, he created an entire panel dedicated to those two things. Hailing, he is also 1/3 of your reigning defending football champion, hailing from sunny South Florida. I am the athletic Brony, Prince Harmonight Rolling! And welcome all over to the Sports Bronies panel! That is how you start a panel right there, Phillies, gentle colts, and creatures all around. So, aside from all those entrances that I just did, tell us more about yourself and what you do in the fandom and your role in sports, starting with you, Goken.
So hello, hi, I am Goken-san.
Hi, Goken.
So, I'm from Dallas, Texas. This is my hometown, and this is actually my 4th HarmonyCon, and I'm also a My Little Pony fan for I would say 5 years. So, yeah, I'm a cartoon host for a non-pony community, and I'm also working on a crossover that is involved with My Little Pony that is run by CrossFit Studios. So, and my hobbies is lifting weights, and I'm also getting back into pro wrestling. So I'm really excited to talk about what's going to be happening tonight at Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi. Most of you guys know me as the professional starlight of the fanatic of the fandom. I also run a Hangout podcast on Twitch that this guy happens to be also a part of. It's also a lot of great fun that we get to have with our other co-hosts that can't be here right now. And I run a variety of entertaining panels at any convention I get to go to. So my involvement in sports, I've been a auto racing fan for over 2 decades. Yeah, I've been at this for a long time. So I've been into NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula 1, motocross, you name it. If it's got wheels, I'm interested in it. So, I can't wait to discuss or Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is like the best sport out there right now. So, I can't wait to talk about my dismal 2024 season as an auto racing fan because it was interesting. That's all I'll say.
Hi, my name is. This is loose. Okay. Hi, my name.
This is loose.
Hi, my name is Red Card.
Hi, Red Card.
As Fritz mentioned, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My involvement in sports is that I'm actually certified as a referee in soccer. I've been certified for the past 12 years. For refereeing recreational soccer for kids in Eastern Pennsylvania. I've been a Philly sports fan since really early 2000s when the Eagles were first played in their last playoffs at Veterans Stadium, and and also the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl next week.
Dilly.
Anyone but the Chiefs. I love you too, Tempe.
Well, as you guys have heard, I am the athletic Brony, Prince Harmonight Rolly, and I am a content creator who does reacts, reviews, and voice acts to ponies, as well as other animated shows like Hello Boss and Has Been a Toe, and a few others. And in addition to, and also as for my role in sports, it ranges from diehard fan to full-time athlete. I play golf on an amateur level. I actually just came out of my last collegiate club golf season, which I'll talk more about that. But as for the teams that I root for, it's more within the South Florida area, which as well as the New Jersey, New York area, such as the Giants, Yankees, Giants, and also some riders, and like I mentioned, South Florida, as well as the Dolphins, the Heat, unfortunately Marlins, if you can even call them a team. But now, also, I am happy to say I'm a proud fan of the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champs, that is the Florida Panthers, baby.
How did that happen? They cheated.
It's about time.
We're not cheating.
All right.
But no, but in all honesty, I absolutely love sports. I grew up watching sports and playing sports. I started playing golf since I was like 4 years old and competitively since 2011. So I'm up to, wow, 13 and a half years. Damn. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. And so without further ado, why don't we tell each other, what our thoughts are, highlights and lowlights to the sports season throughout this last year.
So,
And also, this is a 45-minute panel, so we got to try to keep things brief.
so I'm just gonna say for my biggest highlight so far in pro wrestling specifically is in WrestleMania 38. I get to observe that Cody Rhodes has finally returned to WWE to have a match with Seth freaking Rollins, because that was the time when Vince McMahon gave him the opportunity to have a match at WrestleMania, and it was a mystery. And it was already predicted that Cody Rhodes would be coming back from AEW. So,
Where?
All Elite Wrestling.
Deep elite.
Yeah. And
Arena empty wrestling?
Yeah.
so as of right now, really look like Cody Rhodes. I loved him the way he is right now, because like he is following in legacy with his father. I forgot his name.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, yeah. Like just an FYI, I recently got back into pro wrestling last year, So as coming from last year, I would like to talk about my big highlight for last year. So after observing SummerSlam last year, I really like that Rhea Ripley, Mommy Ripley, she turns into the babyface which honestly makes me want to actually enjoy her even more. I love her theme song performed by Motionless in White. And secondly, she's also friends with the singer. And the moment was that Dominic Mysterio then cheated on her and went with Liv Morgan when she took the title from Rhea Ripley. So it's kind of a and to be honest with you, I feel like it's kind of a hypocritical thing that Dominic did ever since he betrayed his father, Rey Mysterio. He was like, he said he doesn't like Liv Morgan, but in SummerSlam, he out of nowhere just betrayed her, and then she won. So I really enjoyed the moment when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley worked together when they left Judgment Day. So pretty much that's two of my highlights for last year. Oh, one more thing I want to say. The biggest highlight I've ever seen in WrestleMania 40 is when Cody Rhodes won the title against Roman Reigns. Yes. I forgot the name of that title. It's already been a while.
It's the WWE
Universal Championship.
So I'm so glad that he deserves what he really deserved it. And right now, I'd like to see what's going to happen when he faces Kevin Owens tonight. Because he's digging his own grave now.
I'm more interested in the Rumble match.
Oh yes.
I believe I know somebody who might be in that. I believe.
Joe Hendry?
Hi.
We believe, we believe, we believe.
Who are your picks for the band and Williams run?
Oh wait, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later right now because I want to have them have more time to talk about their biggest highlights. All right, Taylor, the microphone is for you.
All right, mine's going to be pretty quick because there was nothing memorable from last year. So as an auto racing fan for over 20 years, so just to give you guys some context, I'm a NASCAR fan like 90% of the time, and I've been rooting for my driver Kyle Busch for a good portion of that. And I don't think as a fan in 2024 could I have gone through a worse bout of just so much bad luck happened last year. It was not even close to being funny. Kyle had a shot of winning the 500, got screwed by that. Went to Atlanta later the second race of the season, came in with a photo finish between Blaney and Daniel Suarez, came up third, and then the rest of the season just pummeled into like bad pit decisions. Crew chief doesn't know how to make the right calls on pit road, driver mistakes, officiating, weather, you name it. My driver finally broke a 19-year win streak, which was not pleasant. But being an auto racing fan is not the easiest thing in the world, believe me. Even somebody who currently now has F1 in Las Vegas in his own hometown that has construction that goes on like 365 days a year. I don't even know when it's going to stop because they keep putting up palm trees, but by the Bellagio for like 3 months, take them right back down, just put the grandstands right back up. So, and then road construction is another thing that makes us getting around even tougher. And so, gotta love when a big major corporation team franchise comes to your hometown for like.
What's going to happen to Chicago next?
And I mean, NASCAR doesn't have this problem when they come to Chicago.
They don't.
But Formula One is a much bigger stage, and you know they gotta pizzazz it up, and they gotta run this race at 11 o'clock at night, our time, so they can get their European audience. So, yeah, that is my tale of woe of 2024, and just being a NASCAR fan is interesting, but it's fun, but it's depressing at the same time. When it's going so well, and then all of a sudden NASCAR wants to throw a fun flag at the end of it because they need their entertainment privileges to make Fox and NBC happy, you know. Yeah, it's 2024 was a year I want to forget, and hopefully beginning this weekend of Bowman Gray that it doesn't repeat what 2024 brought.
So, my highlights of 2024. Obviously, the Eagles did well. I said they're going to the Super Bowl. What about Patrick Mahomes?
The Patrick Mahomes invitation.
But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not confident. I'm just not. No one wanted to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for like they didn't want to see them in there again with the Eagles. Yeah. So I'm worried, just like I was when they played the first time they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 39. We won the second time, but. You know, but again, with a pairing like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, I'm scared. I hope so. That's another thing. Hopefully the officiating is fair and impartial and not going towards Kansas City. So but the Eagles had had a really good season, and I think Saquon Barkley set a running record for the amount of touchdowns he scored this season. So there's another thing. I think we did really good getting him. So
salty as hell.
Same.
You're the one who
Same.
said Daniel Jones.
sorry.
That's a freaking cousin, Daniel Jones.
Let me tell you, the way you feel about him, imagine how weakening the Patriots fans felt.
You don't count. You don't count. You don't count.
Anyway.
I'm pointing out that we sent LeGarrette Blount to the Eagles and then he won a Super Bowl over us, beating us.
Anyway, moving this along. Now, a low light I would have to say is like despite the Phillies having a good season, I'm looking at you. They absolutely shot themselves in the foot in the first round of playoffs.
From a mile away too.
And they had a good season otherwise. So that's what's really sad about it. So.
Expectations are still going to be sky high this year.
And obviously the Flyers aren't doing well.
She got Matt V. Mitchcroft.
I actually haven't been following hockey that much. I don't know how the Sixers are doing, but Uni didn't really have a good year. However, Team USA in Paris 2024, they did great. The U.S. women's soccer team won gold again. The U.S. women's gymnastics team won gold again. Simone Biles won individual all-around gold. I'm happy about that. Silencing all the haters. Overall, Team USA did really good, topping the medal charts again.
They also won the World Juniors a few weeks ago.
They won the however, that's 2025. We're talking about 2024.
It's within the season. I mean.
Okay, and U.S. men's and women's basketball teams in Paris won Olympic golds, both playing against France. The women's, however, was a nail biter. But I'm happy that they won. It came down to 1 point in the women's gold medal game because I forget the name of the French player, but her foot was on the 3-point line. Had she made it in a 3, the game would have been tied going to overtime. It was a 2. The U.S. won that.
Yep.
So I think the biggest highlight of the year was in fact the Olympics.
Well, that's awesome. So for me, I have one big highlight. Yeah, which we'll talk about later, but I want to talk about 2 lowlights for me. And one is as an athlete, one is for me as a golfer, and one is for me as a sports fan. So let's start off with my story from my last season as a collegiate club golfer. So I was pretty washed compared to this season before, the fall season before. I was coming off pretty hot by being tied 13th overall by shooting 4 over par and helping the team be top 3 in the nation. And heading into nationals, which actually took place at Windstar Resort, which is just an hour north of here. So that was actually pretty cool going there. But what I did not like was the fact that it took place at the time tornado season was around. So we had a lot of issues with the wind. I'm talking about 30, maybe 40 mile per hour gusts. So that was pretty brutal on my end. And the worst part was that I heard a rumor from one of my teammates who placed a role as the regional ambassador for North Carolina for club golf. He said that originally it was supposed to be in Tampa, which as a Floridian would have been nice. But I have no idea. But all I gotta say is that Oklahoma did not work out for me because I ended up going there, and in the first round I shot 81, which could have been maybe 78. I mean, heck, I 3-putted from 15 feet for eagle. 3-putt eagle for 15 feet. Seriously, that could have been an easy birdie for me, but nope. But yeah, it was pretty mediocre and stuff. And then, but on the bright side, there was a bright side, is that despite the fact that I did have the worst score and my score did not count for like a team, my team, they were actually really good, so much so that they ended up being top 3 after the first round overall. And not only did they have the third best score overall, but the third best score on one of the 2 courses, because it's a 2-course format. We're supposed to play 1 course in the first and the second, and a different course in the second, which means the 4th place overall had the best score on the overall course. Now, I want you guys to keep that in mind, because following that, I went back to my hotel room, practiced putting on the carpet for an hour or so, and then when the next round came, well, before, there was a huge loud boom because there was a tornado that was close by with no sort. So, yeah, I was dealing with that, and that was pretty scary, but nonetheless, still we're fine. But when the next day came, and just when I was about to head over to the course just to, get into game mode, that's when I received the word from the association that, unfortunately, due to the tornado from last night, we, the staff, cannot get over to the course because of the damage from the road. And so for that, we're gonna have to cancel the remainder of the event. Which means my last ever round as a collegiate club golfer was that mediocre 81 that I shot. I mean, don't get me wrong, 81 from those wind gusts, that's actually pretty decent. But as somebody who has been known to shooting in the 70s, especially from like 6,600 yards, it's just, it feels underwhelming. And to make matters even worse, they decided, instead of awarding the top 2 overall, they decided to award 2 first place trophies to the best team, to the team with the best score on the course that we played on, and the course that we were supposed to play on the second round. Meaning that the 4th place overall team won a first place trophy, despite the fact that we were better than them. So yeah, I was pissed. Excuse my language. But yeah, that was a big low light for me, but I'm still grinding it out, and I'm still moving on from collegiate club golf to now try to pursue more competitively as an amateur athlete and try to get my professional PGA card as well, which luckily I actually used my old national score that I shot the 274s at as a PAT, and they actually accepted it. So all I have to do is just do a background check and a quiz, and I get my associate's card, so that's really good. Yeah, and then as for a low light for me as a sports fan, well, keep in mind, we Yankee fans, I mean, originally the thing was that we were expecting that this was going to be a rebuild season. So when I saw that how we were like crushing it, especially in the American League side, I was getting excited. So, as well as all the other Yankee fans. So much so, I mean, after winning the division, being number 1 in the league, and also especially winning the ALCS, I was feeling so happy. Especially when we were closing in on game 1. But then,
Judge drops the ball.
Freddie Freeman Grand Slam came, and that was the beginning of the end. And I really want to show you guys the clip, but unfortunately the projector, but you know what, hey, why don't we make
say this right here? Nobody feels bad for you.
You know, to be honest, I'm not even upset at the Dodgers per se, because I actually wanted them to face the Yankees. I actually predicted the Yankees and Dodgers to be in the World Series, because in order to beat the best, you gotta beat the best. And the Dodgers were kind of, the best ones in the National League, so.
To be the best team for the next 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure, but yeah, unfortunately, this was pretty much the closing decision.
Roberts over manager, Kevin Cash over manager, and the greedy little legacy edition. Green strike an entire game. One that's been a long 15 years in the making. Get ready for more blunders and bullheaded decisions in Aaron Boone over manager 2025. Step into the dugout and watch as the franchise everyone loves to hate implodes at every opportunity. Prepare for scenario mode and all the wonders it brings. It's the bottom of the 10th in Game 1 of the World Series. The Yankees are leading a nail-biting up against the top of the orders, coming up with runners on base. You go to the reliable tin that will try to force a ground ball. You go to the mystery box of wonders and Nestor Cortez. He hasn't pitched over a month, but he could be anything. Need to be the next Wamba. Bring yourself into the seats of Solis Yankee Stadium and the new fan cancer mode. Actively try to interfere with the live ball as scores of Yankees fans cheer you on. The quicker you can fry the ball in a bookie's club, the more puck pieces will be made up of her glory. Cheer every underachieving bum on the field to secure maximum damage to their bank accounts. Especially Aaron Judge. Playoff Kershaw Redux. The Lamar Jackson of baseball. Seriously, the comparisons you really have. Finally, immerse yourselves as a fielder with 5-0. We finally started hitting the baseball.
You have no idea how much
have
pain I
momentum.
felt
Is
watching this
Eric
live.
Cole shoving on the mound? Lose it all with the greatest showing of Lowell Yankees in an age. Horrible misuse that puts a little league team to shame. The new 28-3.
Oh, shut up, Tree.
It's all yours for the low price of $27. One for every
27.
We'll try to run your bases in. It's a fantastic celebration for the rest of baseball. Team so hateable that they're rooting for the Dodgers.
I don't blame them.
Yankees with a different coat of paint all the way to the cancerous fan base. Relive the glories with Aaron Boone Number Manager 2025. Only for a limited time before Watson becomes a Met. Just
Screw you, Ortiz. Oh my gosh. Which, by the way, I will say, that has been a glorious highlight right here.
It was especially funny because once again Canada builds up all hope and then you crushed it right away.
And just take a listen from Tree's thoughts about this.
Look at the bounty that has been presented to us. The Florida Panthers, after years of being a perennial punching bag in the NHL landscape, toiling for decades with ineptitude and insolvency alone, changing identities on the whim, threats of relocation, rampant, mistake after mistake after mistake. Now they finally have a chance to win it all.
GM.
The narrative
That's
is
how
all.
bad they were.
The Panthers are to be feared. They're now a dynamo of unbelievable power, swatting away everyone in their path with nary a sweat bead on their brow. And immortality is almost there.
Oh, yeah, they definitely deserve
All they have
revenge
to do is
after
win
Vegas.
one more game with a 3-games-to-none series lead. Edmonton is absolutely no match for their minds. Canada wants to see the cup raised in their country. Give them what they want. And you got blown to smithereens.
Everybody gets one.
Routes, and then there's whatever the hell this game was.
8-1. 8-1.
Panthers, I'll give you a pass, it only counts for one. Once yourselves off on the plane, you're going back home. They have to win 4 in a row anyway. Go get it. Are you okay? You can stop making Edmonton's penalty kill look like the 95 Devils reincarnate. Snap out of it. Please. The series is pretty much won. You're playing a literal Sibinet and Stuart Skinner. You're making him look like God. Okay, maybe there was a little too much pressure. About 71 on the road.
I did predict 6.
Not getting to the point of the unspeakable deed. That hasn't happened in over 80 years in the Cup final.
A great save, which was
Oh God. You aren't really falling apart, are you? This is a fever dream. Edmonton's been possessed by a woman flashing herself at a game. No, that's my kitty. You spent years trying to present yourselves. What the f*** is happening? My pants, and I'm not even a fan of this team. If you pull this off, it'll make 28-3 look like a minor disappointment. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. So you actually won. Okay. Well, I'd say that was an interesting way to deal with things. You could have been an infamous fanatic. I may not love being electric game 7, but you were playing it fire. I was prepping for reverse sweeps and everything. I had the whole jingle ready. Congratulations are in order then. Wasn't pretty, but immortality is theirs. This series is going to go down to the legend.
Yeah, thanks to Lobby's being able to listen to first companies. Victory is ours!
The ESPN got the companies very
Congratulations, Nick, guys. But yeah, but in all honesty, that was an epic highlight right there. Just the fact that we got to see history being made in South Florida. And the fact that they had this celebration during a rainstorm, that is the most Florida celebration you could ever ask for after winning a world championship. It is freaking awesome. I love it. But yeah, I guess that is a wrap on that subject. Now we move on to a different subject. Let me just check my notes real quick. Oh yeah, I did want to ask one important question to you guys. So now that we had these panels for 4 years and Sports Bronies has now become a thing, I do gotta ask you guys, how do you guys believe sports can grow a bigger role in the Brony fandom?
Start me first.
Yeah, sure.
Well, to be honest, I believe, sports, like, the Bronies are a huge fan of sports, and, I'm fully aware of it. As a person who's late to the fandom, I see that, sports has been the biggest inspiration specifically to My Little Pony Friendship Magic. It's kind of the reason why they have their own game called Buckball. And they clearly made up lots and lots of references relating to sports. So, we do have, like, for example, you could say that, the Wonderbolts, I don't know what's the name of the sports. It's basically the racing. It's like a racing sport.
I think it's like aerial racing.
Aerial racing.
Kind of like a Red Bull event.
A Red Bull event, yeah.
Motocross?
No, I'm more talking about like the airplane. Right?
Airplane.
Yeah.
They're just the Blue Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally just the Blue Angels.
Yeah. That.
Motocross is in friendship games, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and for example, there's also a reason why the first season finale of Pony Life has like a performance where they call call Team Friendship. They shout out for Team Friendship. I will admit this because I cringe. I kind of cringed over the part where Twilight Sparkle was rapping at that part.
Oh my god.
So, but I'm just gonna stick to the positives. The sports has actually made this how this fandom is, and it's the reason why there's always buckball tournaments around here too, and I'm actually honored that I took part of the sports.
Yep.
And despite having been playing sports for so long, because I used to play football, aka soccer, when I was 16. I lost motivation, but and I used to play tennis. So I believe that the fandom, is actually going to be moving forward to stay more of an be more athletic, because basically this thing from something creative that's relating to sports. So that's pretty much how I think. Here you go.
I think being a Brony and a sports fan has been an interesting journey, I will say, for the least. As somebody who's gone to races with pony gear on, I've received those interesting looks, I will admit. But I think it's important for people to know that, it's okay to be different, and, you should not feel ashamed to be, going to events and maybe wearing any pony gear to a sports event, You just gotta be you, and the best way you can help out is just keep getting involved and stuff, keep doing what you love, go to events, just keep helping out the fandom, fandom and sports as well. Whether you're into basketball, football, hockey, racing, whatever you want to name it. I think that's a big part for me is just continue just being involved. And be proud of who you are when you go to events. If people don't like it, well, guess what? That's their problem, not yours. So just continue being you.
I just heard you'll play your part being played up in another room. So
oddly timing.
Yeah. I think I'd have to echo what Taylor said. But also, I mean, in terms of, I guess, really, I think in terms of really, actually competing, if you win, great, you win. But if you lose, take it with grace. Don't be a sore loser. No one likes a sore loser. I've come across some people who are like that, and it's not pleasant to deal with. So really, if this show has, if Friendship is Magic has really taught anything about the magic of friendship, is also I think just about general behavior. Really, don't it sucks when you lose or your team loses. Yeah, I've been there numerous times. I should know. Philly sports fan here, we've had our share of disappointment, but there's always next time. And so like as I said before, it sucks to lose. I played soccer when I was in high school. I played basketball when I was in high school. It's never fun to lose, but it's not always about winning or losing. It's about the enjoyment that you get out of either watching it being played or playing it yourself. So really, just I know that professional athletes get paid millions upon millions of dollars just to compete, either whether it be individually or for a team. Okay, they're paid to do that. But if you're not being paid to, if you're just doing, if it's recreational or in college, you're playing to have fun, but more importantly, you're also you're not only representing your team or your city or your school, you're representing yourself, and how you take a defeat. It's the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. How you handle defeat really really says a lot about you as a person. And so really just take a loss, be gracious in defeat. It is really the bottom line. So that's all I have to say.
Whether it is sports or not.
Or just any competition, really.
You have to So I want to add a little sentence. So it doesn't really matter whether it's sports, whether it is not sports. It can be college-related work, school work, competition. You gotta accept defeat and lose. It's failure, defeat, loss, failing is an obstacle that you have to go through to be very successful, So do not be afraid to make mistakes.
Everyone makes them.
Everyone makes mistakes. So you learn from them. You learn from your failures, you learn from your losses to move forward. For example, I have been playing competitively with Tekken for almost, how many years has it been? It's since Tekken 7's launch in 2017, and I'm currently playing Tekken 8. It took me years to understand the game, and I'm actually close to the elite ranks, for example. So you have to basically lose a lot more to understand the game. in a fighting game if you want to get really good. Specifically, that's in any esports. So yeah, that's how I feel like what you need to be doing to be successful.
Alright. Well, we were originally supposed to have like a Q&A towards the end, but we seem to be running out of time. So just to
Also started late too.
yeah, also that. So just to wrap things up real quick, I know that's the Super Bowl matchup isn't the one that we wanted, but I will say there was one bright side that we NFL fans can at least appreciate. Unfortunate for the ones that are here in Dallas. We can at least appreciate the mediocrity that is the Dallas Cowboys. And let us all relish and recap their mediocrity thanks to Chisel Adonis.
The Commanders are
And Stephen
heading
Mason.
to the NFC Championship for the first time since 1999.
Oh, that hurts.
But wait a minute, if they no longer have the longest drop in the NFC to go to a conference championship game, who has it now?
Supposed to be the whip. Now we're the whip. What do you mean we had the longest one in the NFC? What about the Browns? Oh, they the AFC. What about the Dolphins?
Oh, shut up, SpongeBob!
No! There we go!
We're the worst of all wrong.
Thank you, everyone. I don't want to have the longest one in the NFC.
Mediocre team and big team. This money.
Around that franchise. Cowboys! That is a wrap for Gallop the Gold, a Sports Bronies panel. Thank you all for coming in and enjoy the rest of your HarmonyCon weekend!
Also, one more thing. New day sucks. New day sucks. New day sucks. New day sucks. Also, boo, you stink. That's to you, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, if you're seeing this.